Hi, I'm Cassie, and you're watching TIGR Reviews on the Indie Game Report. Today, I am sharing with you a trick-taking card game called Dia de los Muertos by Jolly Roger Games and UltraPRO. In Dia de los Muertos, players are not simply just trying to win tricks of cards, they're trying to win tricks of the right cards. You see, in this game, the cards that are parts of tricks may or may not have point values on them. Some cards don't have any points attached to them at all, some do, and some actually have negative point values attached to them. Players are going to win these cards by winning tricks, and they'll also be able to take cards in another way. And then the player who has the most points at the end of the game from all of the cards they've collected will be the winner. Perfectly themed for this time of year. Let's go take a quick peek at Dia de los Muertos, and then I'll tell you what I think.
In Dia de los Muertos, each player has a hand of cards they use to bid with each turn, trying to win the right tricks to earn points. Cards contain a suit represented by both the color of the border and the icon in the corner. Some cards are worth points, some aren't worth any points, and some cards have negative point values. A few of the cards also have a take symbol on them, which allows players to steal valuable cards from their opponents. The lead player each round chooses a card from her hand and places it on the table, and the arrow on her chosen card indicates whether the highest numbered card or the lowest will win the round's trick. The suit of the card is what players must play, if possible, during the round. The player who wins the trick each round will collect all the cards played that round. Players play the game one trick at a time, and when a player is due to play a card and cannot because they no longer have any cards in their hand, the game ends, players tally their points from cards won during the game, and the player with the most points is the winner.
I think Dia de los Muertos is a really clever little trick-taking card game for a couple of different reasons. First, I like that, when you're playing the trick, you never really know who's going to win the trick and if that's even worth it to win the trick. You could be playing a trick and you have a really great card out on the table and you think you're going to win this trick, and then an opponent plays a card that is not going to make them win the trick, but now the trick is worth negative point values at the end of the game. So you've won the trick, but it was kind of not worth it. In doing this, it really helps with keeping players engaged, I think, and involved, because sometimes when you're playing trick-taking card games, you'll see one player is constantly winning the tricks, and everybody else is like, why are we still playing? We already kind of know who's going to win because it's this one person that keeps winning all of the tricks. Well, in Dia de los Muertos, winning tricks doesn't always mean winning the game, because like I said, sometimes you're going to win a trick that has negative point values attached to it. In doing this, I think it keeps players engaged and involved and want to keep playing because you just really don't know who's going to win until the end of the game. The take action in Dia de los Muertos really helps with keeping the players involved and engaged as well. Let's say you're in the middle of a trick and you just really don't think you're going to win this trick. You've played a card that follows the suit, and then you get to an opponent who plays a take card and takes your card. You now are allowed to play a card from your hand to replace it, and in doing this, you're the last player of that trick. You could win the trick if you want to, or play a negative point card to mess up the trick for whoever is going to win the trick. So I think that the take action card it can be really valuable for a player who doesn't think they're going to win, and then all of a sudden they do win the trick. It can also work negatively towards a player though. Let's say you're playing in a trick, and the only card you have left in your hand that's part of that suit that's leading has a take on it. You have to play that card. And if you play that card, you have to take a card off the table. If all of the cards on the table have negative point values on them, you have to take one. So sometimes the take card doesn't always work in your favor, but sometimes it does. And I think being able to evaluate when you can play a take card, if you should hold it in your hand for a little while just to be safe, it just helps to add a little bit of an extra element, I think, to Dia de los Muertos. And again, I think it continues to keep players involved and engaged. Another thing that I like about Dia de los Muertos is that you're playing cards face up, so you can kind of keep track of what's going on during the trick. A lot of trick-taking card games, everybody's playing their cards face down and then revealing to see who's going to win the trick. And there's just a lot of luck involved in that. And I think with Dia de los Muertos, because there's the take action, and because you can keep track of how players are doing, what cards are on the table, if there's positive or negative point values attached to the trick, it helps to make the game a little more engaged and have some strategy to it. It's not simply a trick-taking game. The mechanics are really great, and these are the reasons why I think that Dia de los Muertos is just a really clever little fun trick-taking card game that keeps everybody involved and engaged. The version of Dia de los Muertos that I received is the deluxe version of Dia de los Muertos. However, there is another version of the game where it's simply just the cards you need to play and it comes in a little tuck box. The deluxe version comes with a lot more, however. In the deluxe version, it comes with a coloring book, which has artwork from the game, and it's beautiful. Look at these pictures. And it also comes with stickers. It comes with, I think, 5 sheets of stickers that, again, have artwork from the game. And it's just beautiful. I can't say that the theme has nothing to do with the game. It's got no history about it in the cards or anything, but the rule book that comes with the game does have information about the history and the holiday of Dia de los Muertos. The rule book is also in English and in Spanish. My overall opinion of Dia de los Muertos is it's a really fun trick-taking card game. I really like the deluxe version. I love the stickers, and I have just been waiting to get this video done so I could start peeling the stickers off and putting them onto all of my things because I just love this artwork. And the mechanics, like I've mentioned already, really do help keep the game involved and engaged. And overall, I thought that Dia de los Muertos was a really fun trick-taking card game. If you want to find out more information about Dia de los Muertos, you can check out some of the links down below. And just so you know, if you really like this artwork of Dia de los Muertos, UltraPRO has it available in both card sleeves and for little boxes if you wanted to get the artwork on some of these other things that you can use in your gaming life. If you enjoyed this review, please feel free to leave a comment, or if you have any questions about the game, feel free to leave those as well down below. Thanks for watching TIGR Reviews Dia de los Muertos. I'll see you next time.